think it's a simplistic view. I think what you're actually bringing up one of the most difficult questions there is, which is if Hashem knows everything from the get-go, knows the outcome basically of all of history, then what? But then at the same time we have freedom of choice, we have free will. How can these two things exist simultaneously? That is, you have actually asked the deepest question of all questions. And here we can offer an explanation, but we have to preface it by saying that this is an area that requires faith. You actually have to have faith that both things can exist simultaneously. In other words, to understand this a little bit better, there are two perspectives. There's our perspective and there's Hashem's perspective. From Hashem's perspective, there is no free choice. He created everything. He guides everything, whether with individual providence or with general providence, but certainly knows the outcome. You see this in one of the Mishnayot in Avot, where it says that there were certain things that were created on the sixth day of creation, just before Shabbat, and one of them was, for example, the Pi Haaretz, the hole that opened up that eventually swallowed Korach. We have to ask the question: what's it doing there? What's it doing there at the sixth day of creation when there are no Jews, there's been no Torah, there's no Korach, there's no Moshe Rabbeinu? What's the purpose of this thing? So one way to understand is that time is irrelevant to Hashem. Hashem exists. The name Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, means he was, is, and will be. He exists through all parameters of time. They all are happening at the same time for him. So the creation of the Pi Haaretz at that point in history is perfectly legitimate for Hashem, because he also knows about Korach at that point. From our perspective, there is free choice, and it is an absolutely necessary belief that we must have, that we have free choice. But the fact that we exist in a universe that is limited by the parameters that Hashem set for it, and that there is a system of reward and punishment, is only possible if we have free choice. So while we might say, yes, Hashem knew the outcome, Hashem knew, he read the back of the book, as it were, so he knows how everything's going to come out. From the standpoint of human beings, choice is given. Right? Otherwise, this is not a choice. There's even a passage in the Gemara that talks about that with regard to the giving of the Torah, because it says, it's in Gemara in Tractate Shabbat, that we have a big claim that we can make. The Jews have a big claim they can make, because according to the Gemara, when Hashem gave us the Torah, he held Mount Sinai over our heads, and he said, if you accept my Torah, great. If not, this is going to be your graveyard. Now, if somebody holds a gun to your head and asks you to sign a contract, what you do is you write, at least in English-speaking countries, you write the initials UD under your signature, which means under duress. I didn't sign this out of free will. I signed this because there was a gun there, right? And then what happens is you're absolved. You have no obligations to this contract once you're back in a safe location again. So it says there in the Gemara, Muda Rabba La'arais, like we have a tremendous. There should be an escape clause over here based on the way the thing was given to us. And we find that although that might have been the case, it might have been given in a forced manner over there, when apparently there was a reacceptance of the Torah, not out of fear, but out of love during the time of Mordechai and Esther. Okay. So meaning to say that the Gemara itself admits that, without free choice, there's something wrong. There would be something wrong with this whole system. Okay, but having explained both parts of the equation, we have to realize we don't have God's perspective. I mean, sometimes the Torah lets us know here and there, how does he work? How does he run creation? How does he run the world? But the truth is that we have our perspective, and we have the perspective that we're supposed to have. We are living within the limitations of the created universe, and in the limitations of the created universe, we have free choice. So the Bnei Israel had free choice, and the Bnei Esav had free choice. And human beings are always unpredictable. You think that they just have natural tendencies, and they can surprise you, both for the negative and for the positive. I know this just from my work in psychotherapy that people come in unbelievable states, and you find they can do unbelievable, amazing things, incredible things. I'm sure that you've seen this in your work in addictions. And I'm not sure what the professions are of everybody else here, but Angelique, works with kids, and we can see unbelievable transformations take place when human beings choose to go that extra distance, because otherwise it would not have been a fair game. Otherwise, we go back to a simplistic understanding of, oh, I understand, the Jews are just better than everybody else, just better than everybody. I know why God gave them to the Jews, because the rest of them are just a bunch of dumb goyim. That's why. That's not the Torah. That's not our Torah. That's not what happened here. That's not how Hashem works. Hashem would not have created an entire mass of humanity just to decide that 3 million of them are worthy. Very important to understand.